Welcome back to Indian Trace. I don't know what type of North American Indian that is. Some of you know right away because you collect coins. I do know it is, though. It looks like an Eastern North Carolinian North American Indian. I know it's not. Well, it could be. But take a look at this. The last video that I'm doing for my investment project. I had to do it. These are the remainder that haven't been seen yet. They're going to find a great place somewhere in this country, a great heart that is going to be able to honor and share, with family or friends, the great heritage of the North American Indian that was here. Look at that piece. Great, huh? Now, I do have an individual who I know is already getting that piece. But look at these, and if there's one that appeals to you, and I don't have to switch my numbers around too much. I'm already starting to put number tape on them and just getting busy with it all. So I want to show you these as we get going and do what I can to represent. Look at this piece. And those of you who are on here who know Indian Trace, many of you I have your contacts already. If you're new and you happen to tune in here, this investment project, go back in the last two videos and you'll understand what you're seeing and what I'm doing. Look at that. Don't think it's a drill either, guys. I do think that might be a point. It could be a drill. You tell me. Some of you guys have been collecting 10 times longer than I have. My mercy, I can't even imagine. Look at this point. Great piece. This counter is a greenish, so hopefully this green rhyolite's not going to wash out too much and I'll get a contrast that I need. Here's a nice point. Notch point. My gracious. But I don't exhaust anything. I don't even exhaust. Now, it's always a sacrifice, a good sacrifice, to give some sweet artifacts away. But the way I see it, I can't. Like I said in the last video, some of you, it's redundant now, but if you just tuned in and happen to come across this video, the way I see it, you can't ever outgive people. I mean, what comes around goes around, and I know that when I go out, I bet you now, I'm going to refer back to these videos, because I bet you, when some rain comes through here, and I go out, I bet you I find a ton. I bet you I find stellars. And it's been documented. It's happened before, so I mean, that's just the way it is. It happened at Mecca this year. It just blew my mind. Look at this point. Great point here. This is unique. It's a little chunkier, but I can see where the sinew had discolored the stone. Just a great looking little point. Clear artifacts. Clear, good artifacts. Now, let's look at this one here. In brown rhyolite. That's a very nice artifact. And I made the challenge yesterday, and I always have the challenge out there, and where I absolutely dare you to challenge yourself in terms of what you might want to share with a friend or a relative or whatever, and give away. Yeah, I know it's a bad word for some people, but if you do, you're going to find bigger. You're going to find more. In 4 years, I found, at least as far as I understand, in my own mind, way too much. No way I could have, I could have represented by keeping it all in some regards. No way I feel I could have. Only by sharing it with the community. And it's a great community out there, isn't it? A lot of you guys know it. Look at these pieces. You know it is. So, if anything, I guess fellas tune in here for a little bit of commentary and maybe a little challenge, hopefully. Let's check these pieces out and finish up. I've got to move on here this afternoon. Now, I have a number system in my contacts, so I'll go through and I'll just assign a number, put a little piece of tape on there with a number, and before you know it, it'll be in its own little envelope, one stamp, and it's on its way. Make an investment, because I know I'm going to have to go out collecting soon. Not have to, I'm going to get to. And something big usually happens. It always happens. I don't understand it myself. I mean, I like to say usually because I want to be humble about it, but it's crazy. The repetition and the redundance of these artifacts. And I guess such a rich area. Many people have made the comment that I should be thankful that I live in such a rich area. I am. Look at this little piece. Great piece. I'm sure it'll have a great place somewhere. And then this little piece. Nice artifact there. I like that. That's a beauty. That's a beauty. So keep an eye on these, because when you see them show up, and I just want you to give them a good place. Or, as I've mentioned to many of you, you have somebody you know that's outside my circle. Bless them. Give it to them. Be a blessing. And so that's really as simple as it gets. I'm not going to make it much longer. Don't need to. If I can get all this in the camera frame, that'll be good. Nice artifacts. What you have right there is the great artifacts of the North American Indian. For me, the final series of my investment project. So, on behalf of the North American Indian, and especially the archaic period in early Indians in this country, I hope you find out there. And be well and be safe with all the water and the craziness going on with floods and stuff. Be safe. We'll see you.